what's going on is that there's some lawsuit that's been filed against some, rather high up in the hierarchy type people. Um, you know, POTUS and all those kind of people, and their neighbor's dog and all the rest of them. I don't know exactly. I don't know what the neighbor's dog's name was, but I'm sure. Let's keep it stupid and fictional. Duh. God, you don't say anything true ever. But some things that we've got to look at here. Now, one thing that's concerning to me, I guess we got one person here. That means I'm talking to myself. That's fine. Relax. No biggie. And what we don't want to do is run too long on this. So I'm not going to sit here all day and wait, but let me give you some. And if you look at the title, obviously I'm trying to be a little bit not bandwagony on the radar. But often when you speak of these things, they get crawled by the web crawlers that determine what kind of level to put you at in the search for whatever reason that might put you in the hopper to be viewed by somebody. And if you make too much of an ass of yourself, then it's you being an ass. And if you don't, maybe you'll be under the radar enough to influence some thought in the direction of people that could be thinking where they haven't, or just thinking differently in a way they haven't. I can't see how that would be bad. What does a thinking man say? Well, in this fiction, a thinking man can say whatever he wants and give himself shelter from the storm that may come to him in a real world where people care about things you might say. Especially when a thinking man says where the words after what is heard are what's said. Okay. Yeah, really getting all these crickets out there. Wanting to do crickety stuff like go cricket, cricket, It's fine. That is totally fine. Because that's what crickets do, right? That's what they do. And because crickets do special things like make no one care in the night, I suppose if you didn't get too close to the crickets, that'd be all right by you, you know? And if you're listening, obviously, Brian, I'm just being fictitiously figurative in my sharing these things so that we all may think about them and think about them out loud, even in a way that's safe. Everything's safe in fiction, even if you're, well, you got to use some sense. It's not like you can put a fictional coat on and then anything that happens within it is safe, because if you have your coat over an elephant, obviously the elephant's not going to fit in the coat. You know what I mean? It's going to be hard to say, hey man, that in your coat there, that's not just you, is it? Like, why? Shut up. Fucking kick your ass. Like, what do you mean? Like, dog, I said, quiet down. Like, you're not talking about what's in my jacket. I said your coat. Well, it doesn't really matter. Don't you dare say it's an elephant. That might hurt. Oh, yeah? Who? Wouldn't you like to know? No, I probably wouldn't. Good idea. Okay. So what's been alluded to here by whatever asshole would talk about anything remotely close to something you might want to get? Anything at all. Is it some things we don't understand that we go up against are shitty when they don't like what we are doing, right? And if you sign up for a club or something like that, at some point you may have a little bit of knowledge of this. It's just that they don't all care about the same thing and they don't all care all at once. And that's not because there's nothing to care about. It's just because. You know what I mean? It's one of those better ask somebody kind of things sometimes. Other times it's a real head scratcher as to what the hell anybody means if they even knew at all. Okay? And we want our friends to be happy. We want our friends to be healthy. And We want our friends to be in a better place in the world because that's what friends hope for friends, isn't it? Yeah. And like, if ever you found yourself in a situation you couldn't quite find your way out of, not because you don't care, not because you don't want to, not because it's not good, then you're feeling the magic. Okay. It is not, um, it is what it is. And if a person under the shelter, in the, within the shroud of fiction is speaking to you, and it's something peculiar that you're not sure what exactly is being received, why don't you hit rewind and check again? Or listen up, record, and look back later, whatever the case may be. Every time someone is putting to you within their fiction a message that could be received in many ways, it's probably done so that it could be received at all. And if you're watching the news today or the fiction today, you might ask yourself at times, what might get me closer to knowing what the hell is going on, and then what the fuck to do about it? Hmm? Man, this is starting to get a little bit weird. No, it's not. Fucking nothing's been even said, right? uh, but anyone that's ever been that far from actual reality and rather instead been given access to something else entirely that we've been putting up on the shelf where reality goes, it's going to be a motherfucker at some point. And if you're a motherfucker that knows, you know, if you're a motherfucker that don't, possible things are likely, you know, which way you go now may not matter, but which way you go later, if you know, could. And that's why this nonsensical title here that is obviously making no fucking sense at all. I mean, geez, Brian, come up with something even close to, it's my fiction. Fuck you. How should I ever talk about things that I don't like, want, or need to be true for me in some remote, possible kind of way? Now, the more strength I give to the idea that you can even talk about things that nobody would want you to in a space where no one could have shit to say about it, someone will fuck this up. Okay. Someone will make it hurt. And eventually, at some point, someone will have to be a sacrifice in the bigger scheme of things. When you're talking about some really dark shit that cares about certain shit being known and understood. And if you could get anyone that close, closer than they've been, without endangering anyone else, you're a motherfucker. A motherfucking motherfucker, which is a smaller group of people, but still a motherfucker. Okay. Now, some people might be making funny faces at this because they never heard nothing like that. And some people that know you as a motherfucking motherfucker nod their head like you know the fuck it is. And you don't have to necessarily be dangerous in all the ways that a person might like to think they are in order to be so. You just have to be a motherfucking motherfucker. And if you are, you are. And if you're not, chances are you know. Okay. And it don't matter how far afield you get, somebody's going to follow you and see what the fuck you're saying. And some of them are the ones that care. Even though they can't say shit, even though they can't do shit, even though there'd be no possible way they could ever point at you and make shit. Unless they decide that you're, just way gone too far about it. There's a way you can enlighten your fellow person, human, whatever, dog, cat, monster under the bed even. If that's something we're putting into play because of our own beliefs, there's probably a lot of other things that we put into play for everyone else's sake when you know damn well there ain't a monster under the bed. And there's some shit that even hurts more than that if you make it real and let it be. Damn the jokes, motherfuckers. Right or wrong. I mean, we can sit here and scratch our heads. That would be fun for a while. Okay. What also would be cool for a while is to acknowledge that this ain't actual reality. It's a fiction. You ought to fucking be mindful of, and don't dare try to come here pointing fingers, acting like anything is good if you don't know. Next. Okay. You always got to do that little public service announcement because every time this thing comes on, You're liable to hear things that you could be feeling some kind of way about, and the last thing you want to do is do something without acknowledging that. I don't know what the hell this guy's saying, but it ain't real, dude. Fuck off. Thank you. Thank you very much. Sometimes people do it for you. You still got to make it official, at least once a day. If you know what's good, if you don't, ask somebody. If you do, you know, happy day. So they're talking about these people having a lawsuit filed against them, some pretty important people. Right? Now, what we are thinking about here when we watch the news every day, or any time for that matter, is anytime you watch the news, what you've got are a bunch of blocks of time that are offered to those who would pay for those blocks of time in order to get you to look at their product, okay? Their finished product that they are ready to sell you. While other people show you their products that they are betting you'll be willing to hear about for free. If in between, other people pay money to have you look at their product. This is a little bit of a mind fuck because which one comes first is kind of a, ugh, all right? But in a fictitious world where nothing is real, we can breathe through our nose, we can take it all in. Wonder what is the part of the story here I'm supposed to get because it's not real. You know it's not. It's more likely not to be than it is to be a whole truth. That's for sure. Okay. And goddamn a motherfucker to tell me about it and act like somehow he's telling me something I should give him money in his Cash App for. But he will. He does. And I don't know. I don't know how. He knows. I don't know how he could know shit if he says it's fictitious, first of all. But something tells me I'm going to hook this guy up because I'd rather lift whatever it is up than knock it down. And if anybody else is doing something other than that, I want to make sure this guy makes it. Because why the fuck wouldn't you if you haven't figured out how to get it any further than he has? And he's about to do it. In his little clown show, this mockumentary about da 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 da. When you can tell it, I don't. What do you make me do it every time? No, no. We got other stuff to do than say that shit. We fucking pay other people to do it. Well, we gotta get it moving, man. um. So what are they trying to tell me on this news thing that Hegelian dialectic brought in again? Motherfucker. Okay, made some food, dude. That's hey, if you could, if you're hearing this and you haven't already, would you do me a favor? And I don't want to make you look bad, but since it's fictitious anyway, what if you were to share this in a place where a lot of people would care? That you're like, oh, this is interesting. Like, it's not just the same old vanilla shit. Check it out. And when they start talking shit or something, you can be like, hey, man, hey, you know, hey, that my friend, man. But come on back anyway. That's okay. I ran out of fucking meat. I made a fucking, excuse me, a vegetarian dish here is pretty good, actually. Anytime I'm not putting anything with animal fat dripping off it in there, I'm using a shit ton of butter. I literally do not like the only reason I have vegetable oil in my cupboard right now or anything of the sort is because somebody put it there that wasn't me. Um, okay, why are they telling me this? Well, Hegelian dialectic says they have a solution they'd like to serve. And what the solution is sometimes is not the one you may imagine, but the one that you, um, the solution is the one that they, how to say this, man? It's not like, uh, the new, remember that emergency call thing like 20 years ago or something, where they could knock a few structures down with a couple of flying bird things. Okay. I just have to hang on and follow along, man. Um, I mean, if I could just have more people sharing this out so I could sound like more of a fucking clown that has no idea what the hell to talk about, that'd be awesome. And let them decide, just like you do, right? It does get kind of interesting. And that's why we're sitting here watching like a train wreck in slow motion, because there's something to it. And I'm not going to say what he's saying is true. I'm definitely not going to sit here and, piss the man's Wheaties when he's trying to fucking float something across to you. It may be the only way. So what do we do? We use that way. If you haven't ever looked at the comparison between the movie with The Wizard of Oz and um, like early 20th century um, you know, current events, let's say, especially in the way of governing people and the monetization, the valuation of things that we put value on, or assign value to. There's only so much you can do with it. Okay, there's only so much you can do. There's only so much you can say before it just gets a little too far in terms of what a sane man would do or say. And if you get why, good. If you don't be the one in that talking circle, but maybe listen to see. It'll be more interesting than the people whining on about stuff on the news or on the internet. And now, one unique thing that's happening in our world is that you've got people that really are on the cutting edge of that sort of a conversation, like what is manifesting, what is magic, what is this technology you speak of, and why is it not being referred to as a technology or a science? And so we can advance that in the public the sector. And the answer I have for you in the short term is one, it's fiction. Shut up. It's just a story about something you would never consider possible in real life. And if you in your real life decide that it isn't what I said it was, that's okay. As long as you're the witness and you're standing on it. And you don't really have to share it with me in a way that I might not share it with you because I'm not. Because I want you to be healthy and happy and have the freedom to do those things in your space in the comfort of your home and be left the fuck alone. If you don't know what I mean, hang around till you do. You're welcome to ask questions. You can put them in the comments. Just don't be a dick. Because not being a dick is good. Right? I'm Mike Johnson. Damn, we're all caps today. That sounded pretty official, Mike. How you doing, man? Sorry, you just got on this page. I don't know if you dipped out and come back, but I hope you're doing well. I hope that whatever capacity could lead you here to this bumbling pile of fucking words, word salad at best, and only in a fiction. I still hope that things are going well for you and that you're closer to understanding than something else entirely. And what I don't want to do is cause anybody to be sent off or unable to carry whatever load it is that they are currently bearing. So, if there's ever a chance that you could be enlightened to a point that hurts, fucking turn it off, man. Go do something else. Dead ass. Please don't listen. And if you think it won't, and you're committing to that, then I'm gonna hold it to you, man. If you start understanding it and you feel like it hurts, you're gonna fucking swallow that shit and fucking digest it. Because you're not gonna do a damn thing about it other than be better. Or, I really don't like the idea of you hurting yourself because of something else that you don't understand in the world or that you understand too much. I really don't. I don't think that's ever really the answer. Although it might be a nice escape plan. on someone's schedule, but not all escape plans pay out the same. If ever there was a payout at the end of it, you know, um, usually when people put weird, fucked up titles like that in something, it's definitely not for not a reason. Let's just leave that alone. Apparently, that attracts sometimes more, flies than honeybees. So I've got to be a little bit aware. However, one thing that we know in our world is that let a motherfucker try to make shit with a guy, it's not hurting nobody, even the people that might be sent to hurt him. Okay? If they learn something from him and they can't go back to where they were, is it good? That's a little bit of much. That's a little much to chew on right now, considering I got to eat too. Let's see if we can get this put out. I think I put it up on Twitter. I should probably be off this motherfucker. Sorry for cursing. I really want to make it so that somebody's paying me, and it's their fans or anyone that just wants to continue what I'm doing, and they're paying me well enough that my heart says I'm grateful. Could you try not to swear, Brian? I'm starting now, even though I haven't made any money on it. I really am. I know that a long line of guardian angels, the kind that report to an office at the end of the day, probably, if there ever was a fictitious story about it that would accompany this one, this fictitious story. Okay. um, it had to be. So anyhow, these motherfuckers, they they fill swear jars like nobody's business. Don't try to tell me what the fuck I am, man. Because just because you're hearing it come out of the fucking pitcher, don't mean you saw it poured in. It don't mean you saw it stirred. And you don't know what the fuck is coming out until it's all the way out, right? How do you even know what color of Kool-Aid you're going to get in your glass if you don't wait? Because it might not be, might not be all there is. Whatever the fuck it is, thank you. Thank you for showing up. We're getting some interesting people showing up today. Thank you for joining. Mike showed up. I got 5 people. I just hadn't turned the thing on to see what was going on there. Gaslit. That's a pretty cool name. Well, as long as we're talking in fiction, man, we can finally relax for a change. Maybe even breathe through your nose. I hear it's good for your body. Just try not to do it while you're underwater. But if you're underwater, it may help to have breathe through your nose for an amount of time beforehand. Are you guys familiar with the mammalian dive response? Have you heard of that? Hang on, I gotta get some more to eat, man. You're coming with. Um, I don't have time though. I want to share. Okay, I'm not gonna sit here and pick it apart for you, but I feel like it has so much value for those that can get it and be lifted up by it that I'm not fucking crazy, dude. I'm sharing with you, and you're getting it. Thank you for the opportunity. It makes me feel good that people are listening, even if they're just dropping off their cats. And I'm not the worst voice for your cat to sit here and listen. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn about it either. So fuck me for saying so. But not that good. Zero. All right, I'm gonna take my fork back in the butter again. It's actually pretty good. If you're hungry, man, come by. Don't be on bullshit though. Don't play like you didn't know. That, I can't stand a fucking ill-intended surprise visit. Like, if you mean well, ring the damn bell, would you? Call my phone. If you get all the way here and I haven't answered, you know, wonder what the fuck my problem is. Because normally I'm home. Feel me? I like that name. Got to make up some imaginary funny sponsors for quick commercials. You know what'd be even cooler is to show some heartfelt thanks to the first motherfucker that did anything about it. Because you know nobody in their right mind would want to sponsor this unless they see what the hell I'm talking about. Very quietly. But since they don't have to acknowledge that it is or it isn't in order to donate, it's a big move, even if just what a guy says $1. Because he's saying, I could not possibly stand to see this be left alone to just be frozen along with the undead crickets. You know me? Because that's about all there'd be until there wasn't. In a world that we already know what the intent and the message is, if we have any clue at all, and that's to lift up somebody that's being pushed down more than they're being lifted up in some ways, and in others, we just won't go there. Like, are you being lifted? Are you being pushed down? Which one are you part of in this world? Are you lifted up more than you're pushing down? Even if all you did today was be kind for a moment to somebody that probably really valued the opportunity to be heard and listened to by you, I mean, coming from a fucking clown like this, it's a likely story. But the truth is there's some people out there that might even need it more. And if they get respected today, if they get recognized today for their own value, enough that you sit and check it out for a minute, it can warm their heart in a way that you don't even understand. So don't be afraid to talk to that grandma about her cat. Nobody else seems to want to hear about it. And that is sad. I'm not having it. Okay, so that DJT guy, uh, forgive me for talking about actual news. If anyone would ever acknowledge it for like half a second long enough to get at the subject. Apparently they're making some serious allegations. I don't think that they're all just frivolous with no uh, structure or backbone to speak of in terms of what might be able to stand up on its own. Based on evidence. And what you need to know. Hi. Hey, man. I'm trying to get at this whole DJT thing. That's all I'm saying. I'm not going any further than that. When they start showing you stuff like this, some 300 million, dollar lawsuit, man. You got to wonder what they're trying to distract you from that matters more. Because anytime I'm about to jump in the fire to save myself, shit is fucking wiggy, bro. Are you kidding me? Hey, man. I like that you're in here because normally I don't think you always get to do it while it's going on. So that's cool. And if you're just dropping your cat off at school, man, that's fine too. Don't worry. You don't have to chat back. I know you're busy. But it means something that I see you here live. And if it's your dog getting dropped off, they both can't hit enter that well. So if you want to specify, you can, or you can't. I mean, it's up to you. I mean, I'm not telling you not to. I'm not telling you don't have a way. Hey, dog, drop your cat off. Shit, man. Nah, we ain't talking about nothing. Shit. I already know, cuz. What it is, what it do. If only a motherfucker knew. Hmm? Yeah, that's right. Just pumping a little of that non-Hollywood today. Yep, yep. Because you know it ain't going to fly otherwise. You got to keep that shit pumped up. It ain't the kind of fucking roll on for days without no fucking check. You got to get that pressure check, man. Or this ain't fiction. Not even in the real fiction. The real fiction. What's wrong, man? Oh, tears of joy. That could be tears of joy. I got 7 people in here, man. I've only been on for like, I don't know how long it's been. Pretty good. I really appreciate that. Starting to see some consistent numbers. It must be because I'm a total asshole that has nothing to get at. That's my guess. Um, so we'll keep it going with that. What are they trying to tell you? I want you distracted from what's happening here more than I want you not to know this. It may be that um, it may be that I already know it's never going to fly. Hmm. Why anyone would do that? Why anyone would? Let's say, you know what? This is going to be a little embarrassing for you, but what I want you to do is put a lawsuit against me, file it, whatever you got to do to make it all real like. Okay. Not me, but that fictitious character that would not affect at all. Ever. Not in Candyland, not here nor there, not anywhere. Not even if all the green eggs and ham in the universe were green. Because what the fuck else would they be if they were green eggs and ham? Duh. God. It's enough to warm your heart and make you fucking cry. Or something else entirely. That's where we're keeping it. Because things that make you cry and things that make you hurt aren't good. You need to check out at any time. Always non-Hollywood here. Bollywood is much better. Even at its darkest. Bollywood definitely makes you feel good. Those, the singing voices that the women do. It's adorable. If you get like, there's a type of feminization of the singing that is, let's just say, it doesn't make you feel bad, but it makes you feel funny. I don't know. Oh, look, I'll talk about myself. In this one instant, this character in this mockumentary, fun clown show, or not fun, whatever, was not true. Couldn't possibly be. I'm only writing it on the fly. We're still in a happy ever after vibe. Yes. Happy ever after vibe. Like World War II just got over like 5 minutes ago. There's literally still smoke blowing over. And if anyone has a hard dick, it's time to make babies. Get at it. I'm not joking about that part. But if you do get at it, what you might want to do is understand what's healthy for your body, for your baby, or a body making babies, or attempting to. Try is not a thing they used to say about having a baby. You just fucking had them. Okay? You fucking had them. Now it's getting to the point where people are so far away from understanding what the hell nutritious is at any given time and point that they'd be lucky if they could have a baby on purpose. When they get their healthy out of a box that says healthy. And they drink their fucking, their Bruno or whatever that is. Because water's just something they did yesterday. And you're not finding for yourself after that whole fiasco, not that long ago, how much do you want to bet it's your fault if you're not healthy? Because if you go to the doctor and everything looks good. And like that lady on the phone still has that voice that the fucking lady in the Indian song, the Bollywood song, had. All jokes aside, it's almost like they've been told to be contrived and fucking lie to you. Lady, if you're that lady at the phone, I love you, man. If you need a hug, come get a hug. I got no problem with you. But understand, somehow you assume that identity, and it is not doing you or yours a favor. Because you know damn well them fucking numbers are a bullshit ass fucking lie if you say they're healthy. Or we don't have enough information. Let's double check to make sure we got some indicators to say it could be this. But in order to be sure, before we make you fucking cry and feel like you're going to die tomorrow of cancer or something or have a heart attack, why don't you stop back in for a couple more doggone tests in this fiction, not a true story, because we don't want to tell anybody how to fucking live longer and swear that it was real or something. What are you smoking? Oh, you have to. Nah, never mind, dude. Nobody lives longer because of food, not the what kind you eat, the what order you eat it in, how often you eat it. No, that's dumbass shit. Okay. First of all, breakfast means breakfast. It means when you get up in the morning, you eat fucking food. Okay. You put it in your hole. What chaos would occur if we had a Wildcat customer service representative walk out? Hmm. Well, a customer service representative walk out, that would mean that, um, first of all, what they need to understand is why did I do that? Did I have a feeling that was the reason that compelled me to walk out? Okay. And the truth is that maybe I did. And maybe I was not ever shown how to contain that feeling. It was one of the first times I ever had it. I don't know how the hell I got this far and had it here, but society would collapse. All right. So we've got to be careful. But we've also got to have a little more faith in our people that are being addressed in a way that they know. It's kind of like when everyone sits around and watches the TV in the wintertime, when the stuff like fucking Rudolph comes on for the 89th time or however many times they come on. I mean, they play it, a number of times during that year, that season, that holiday season. You know what I'm saying? Now they're fucking like playing it before Halloween. Like, can you get your fucking foot off Halloween, dude? And just let us have damn Halloween for 5 fucking seconds. You know who the fuck you are. Let me have my damn Halloween. You know what I'm saying? To the point where now I got an adverse reaction to Halloween, and it used to be fun, even if it snowed. We weren't talking about Christmas and fucking Halloween. We're fucking running through the snow to get candy, dumbass. Right? Like, who would make a shit about? No. Like, put your jacket on. Like, I'm fucking running between houses. You think I'm that cold, ma? Hell no. Hell no. Look, I think that what you'd be really surprised about is that there will be the looting and stuff like that. Let's say, okay, first of all, why did I start this? Because a certain amount of information has been coming through channels. Some of those people are on Substack talking about very high up and official type sort of people. And some of the news is not um warm and fuzzy. Okay? A number of dollars has been placed on this lawsuit, this ask. All right. Hey man, I'll shut up if you only pay this. All right. Actually, you know what? If you stop wanting me to talk about it and you settle out of court, I'll tell you what, I'll do this and I'll sign an NDA. But if you hear me talking about it, that's because you haven't settled. Goodbye. Act accordingly. Oh, sorry. I should have said that first. Should have said that first. What could be so important that you would throw yourself under the bus? If that was a thing. I mean, or if a type of sacrifice would be made, even if only the public eye, when no amount of harm would actually be felt. Or would it? I don't know. I don't know. Well, one thing we got to do is realize that there are people, you got to know, dude. And that's what we're not going to weigh on about this all day. That's somebody else's dumbass job. That's not me, dude. I'm sorry for even going this far. I'm sorry for saying it like that because they might not know or get it. God help the people that don't get it, whatever it is, at any time it might be, to get it in a way that lifts things up more than it pushes things down. Please help us through this time. It won't be super peachy, but it could be way more peachy than we think. And with a purely intended faith in our hearts, we have nothing else to do besides move forward because you don't go backwards in life. It just doesn't happen. The time that passes, you're either doing something or you're not. And you have so much time left before you're done. What do you want to do? Talk about it like it's a fiction and maybe get somewhere a little bit? Feel scared to talk about it at all? Maybe find yourself a flame extinguished, in some little rice paper lamp on the side of somebody's driveway, at a time when it wasn't necessary to have it fucking lit anyway. Like, okay, pal, way to really kick that fucking vibe into the weeds, bye. Why don't you play some Bollywood music or something and spice things up a little after you fuck it up, man? Sorry, man. Sorry. Okay, sorry. What if I got a sense in my body that made me feel like I don't want to swear out loud on the radio or anyone's speaker if they're playing it out loud? Collective inculcates high buzz to the lower output engine. Decentralized health, food, and management networks will perform much better than the current operating system. Now we're talking about something worthwhile, okay? But this fear issue is what we've got to fucking deal with right now, because what we know is that we're all looking at each other and we're like, is that an elephant? Is that an elephant? Is that an elephant? Like, you just got fucking shit on your shoulder. Is it a fucking elephant? You tell me. Don't fucking ask dumb shit. Again, out loud here. We're trying to lift something else up. Yes, it's an elephant, dude. Maybe the tail got painted fucking green. Maybe the leg got painted brown. It's an elephant. You got shit there, right? It's a gorilla. Hello. Like, do things smell different on your side of the room? Oh, no. No, not at all. What makes you fancy thinking that? Like, the fancy fucking gorilla behind you, dude. Oh, my goodness. All right. Now, that might be fun and shine a light on little things a guy could do in this conversation, this ongoing dialogue about nothing and everything. Certainly only in a fictitious, theater house somewhere, far away from reality. Okay. If you pick up a little here and there, you got to turn it off because the kids are on. That's okay. Come on back. I'm sure I'll repeat myself. Or you can listen to it later at a lower volume that doesn't disturb anybody, not even you. Hopefully it won't ever. But if you have feelings that you need to deal with, you're going to need to do that either by yourself or with somebody else. And hopefully somebody else you select will lift you up more than they push you down. Whether it's a story or not. Some stories hit our heart. Okay? That story doesn't have to be real in order for it to affect you, man. And that's a part of the thing you need to understand. Like, we're allowed to talk about things that are in a fictitious story. And we shouldn't be afraid to talk about the things in our the story that we're reading, having made some flow happen. Hopefully at some point it's money. But if it's emotion, if it's life, if it's air, we have to assign certain value to these things. And if we only can take so much before it makes us incapable of breathing, or before it makes us incapable of standing or sleeping or not crying while we're driving or something, we have to choose again until it works. Either this is going to not feel this way, I'm going to stop doing it, or what, Okay. Only you can decide what you're able to handle for as long as you can handle it. And if it's something you don't like and you're not speaking up in a way that's peaceful to those that could stop it for you or help, smoke another one. I hear they got them at the gas station, but they might not be here for long, at least not if you're in Wisconsin. Right or wrong. Now, we can go a lot of directions here. One of the things that is very much injurious to your people around you, the ones you call friends, family, teammates, fellow Americans. Some people have been given away to understand it in their life. They've been gifted away. Okay. Some of those gifts, they don't fucking hit right for everybody. And they don't always even hit right all the time for the ones that get them. Does that mean it's not a gift? No. It just means that as a part of having that gift, sometimes you'll be called upon to do damage control for yourself because it hurt to know a thing. It hurt to see a thing. It hurt to hear a thing. And there's nobody you can explain it to. Hear me? And if you try, you better put your fiction hat on. Because they'll have you looking some kind of way before they do. But you know damn well why the fuck your fight got started. True story. I can't tell you how many times I know it would be. Because it's not right now. It's, look, I'm talking in terms of, I'm just an actor in a fucking play that's already been played before it's totally written. I don't know how many times I got to tell you guys. But don't give yourself an in when it's all out. There's no way you can win if you want to team up with the darkness. And maybe you're even finally understanding that you have been a part of it the whole time, and you've just gotten closer to understanding how you didn't get it till now. I have no idea. This couldn't possibly be true. These thoughts I have out loud, not about you, not about me, not about anything. If ever I had ever in a fictitious idea of what might happen next, be in a story or even a future, past, present, you know, little Tarantino throwback, something like that. Um, you're gonna have to tighten your ship up, man, because the only way we're getting through this is we realize that there's some really gross ass horrors that are going on in the movie, and if you get something out of it, it may save you from something in the future. But if you want to wane on about wanks on, weighing on, and whatever, wax off, never mind. Like, understand paint the fence, understand sand the deck, and shut up. But if you do feel some type of way, don't hit enter unless it's for your cat or your dog. Hit pause and say, I have a feeling I don't feel totally good about having to express this around people. Hurt is relative. You're getting somewhere. I like this, man. Because some things you can only come at from the Willy Foo. You can't get there from here. It's never land. God damn it, dude. Excuse me. Hurt is relative to how capable you are of detachment from the external stimulation, or how aloof you are in a situation that you should totally get it in. Look at this guy. Like, what do you mean you got your feelings hurt because the fucking world is real? Like, which part exactly? Like, what was it that you put together today that had you? Of course, is it? And we're making up a scene for a play that hasn't been written, a TV show, a screenplay, right? What was that again? Now, of course, there are things that you and I have feelings about, and you can't stop that. Don't try to act like you don't have feelings. And maybe you gather enough information about your world that at some point, when you're sad, it's because it's sad shit. And when you're happy, it's because it's happy shit, and you don't get it confused. And then there's another place you put things that you're not sure about, and you haven't had anything to do about that yet because either one, you're motherfucking in denial when you don't know what's going on and you really wish you could, but you don't. I know a couple of those situations. You're not in denial, but you're ignorant of something. That if you weren't ignorant of it, you'd be in denial because there's no way you admit that it's real. Okay. So, new guru. Oh yeah, we're making all kinds of, man, this is all the way up, man. If we were in a story where that could be possible by just getting lifted up by some woolly foo starting, wise guy with his finger to lift us up with at the most, Oh, so because you put your finger in like some kind of on the shoulders of giant's ass motherfucker, act as the giant himself. You lift me up and touch my heart and warm it up in this cold environment. Now I'm supposed to listen to you? Well, I'm not saying do. I'm not saying don't. It's a fiction. It ain't even true, bud. Now we got this safe place to talk about stuff, and some of it might be better off on here. Might be. Or if it's not, we can always have that talk. And the closer we get to it, one way or another, however it is, what it isn't, we have a way to navigate this space harmlessly. And if somebody says, hey man, I'm scared. Hey man, I'm feeling something. Hey man, I'm mad. Hey man, I'm laughing so hard I piss in my pants. Then maybe that's an indicator something could be done beforehand so that we don't do that now. Pay first. But when it's a surprise attack show, excuse me, not like an attack on you, but or anything. Well, it's an attack on the truth not being figured out, essentially, is what it is, because none of what I'm saying here is true. But if I'm attacking something that could be better in terms of a lack for knowing of it, could go in the direction of away. Like we're moving away from not understanding what the hell's going on. That means we're moving closer to something else entirely whatever that be. You good or bad or less good? Or is there a difference? Fuck, you tell me. Is this a story, dude? Fill in the blank. Maybe we could put a funny answer in there and have it be like an ad lib. Ad lib? Mad lib. Yeah, yeah. Right? And if you're not mad and you're filling it in, what are you doing? Are you doing it because you like it? Because it makes you feel good? Because you just want to see what happens when we put that word there, knowing damn well it would be what it is when you did? Having ascribed all the meaning you could have given on into it before. We start to flex our imagination. And that's when the magic happens. That's exactly when the magic happens. If you see it coming into existing because for the first time you know it's possible, for sure. Now we're at the cusp of something like the dawn when the sun's out enough that it's not fucking cold all night and you're freezing your ass off. But it's like that warm sun on your head when you know damn well you need it or you're going to fucking freeze to death. It is a cold ass world, right? You need that sun bad. Instead of having to fucking like breathe into your coat or, stupid emergency blanket, that shit ever work. You know what I mean? I think it does actually work. That's why you're still here in some cases. They even sewn them things in the doggone, what do you call it? Like Columbia jackets and stuff. Hey man, you know what? It's got to be a cost effective way to add more warmth. Because them cheap ass little space blankets seem to do something. But let's not get too far into the unweeds here, because that's a little too much acknowledgement of what might actually have any merit at all. And if you want to say things that have merit, you probably want to be in a place where black robed men are who aren't against you. Right or wrong. Sometimes people say things they think are profound or it seems like they should be given some kind of credit for, but they're not going to give you the answer. And it's kind of a little awkward. That's weird. That is awkward. I'm glad we're not those guys. You shouldn't be either, unless you know, and then go ahead and do you. But do it under the guise of fiction. Well, I mean, doesn't have to be. I don't even know why you would be under a guy of fiction, but not too much. All right. Yeah, that's pretty much it for now. Thanks for listening. I hope you guys don't mind this. I don't want to take all day because it's a surprise. And usually they will be. I'm going to do my best to try to shut it down and get on with it. Unless I'm getting a lot of participation, but it looks like we wore it out, and that's fine. Do your rest of your day. And oh yeah, anytime you decide you want to participate in the game, you call pick a song and see if Brian will sing it, like Alexi did the other little bit ago. I played his song, man. I didn't do great, but I could do it again, and I know I'll like the second time better. Not too far step into defining. Yep. Don't be all trying to say what's good. What do you think you're Steven Seagal of fucking Webster's Dictionary? Yeah, that shit was 90s, bro. Yeah. No. Not today. Stay fat, buddy. Hopefully you're fat on real shit to know. Not some seed oil fucking lace nonsense. That's probably how a guy gets looking like that, to be honest with you. I hate to say it. Real talk. So, if you're Steve, thank you for listening. I appreciate you. I got love for you too. Stop eating the fucking, I can't believe it's not butter ass bullshit. Whoever tells you that shit, get them out. Okay? Don't let them feed you that crap. And just quit the sugar. Peace, man.